Hey guys, what's going on? So the market is bouncing this morning, and you're like, "Oh my God, everything is green on my screen. I should be getting out of my puts, guys." That's exactly why you should be calling a 13 market moves coach right now, because if you jumped out of those positions, now you're looking at your screen. Probably by the end of the day, everything's going to be so fucking red. You're going to be like, "Man, I don't have those positions anymore." So that means you trade with emotions. So in this video, I was thinking, okay, maybe let me just show you the simplest explanation of how to help you guys keep your cool when the market is bouncing, okay? And I'm going to use the chart of TLT. Honestly, this is the only chart. If you don't know charts, you could just be looking at right now to make sense of the market. So clearly the bonds are selling off because the yields are going high. I posted multiple messages in the alert group and on YouTube yesterday saying, look, it's a bond market crash, and it's not important that the bond market is crashing. What is important, it is just the first domino to fall, which is going to cause some major banks to sell the shit out of bonds, and that's only going to accelerate the selling. And in order to cover some of the bond losses, they will have to sell pretty much every fucking else they have, including gold, including crypto, including Bitcoin, including, so everything. When I posted my last message, I said, guys, everything will be sold. They will sell everything. The market is at a point where they will sell everything. So the situation we're having this morning, the reason why you're seeing like a super weak bounce on S&P, on NASDAQ. What's a 100-point bounce on NASDAQ when it's down 500 points in the last two sessions? It's nothing. It's a weak bounce. But yet, all these immature traders that trade with emotions, that don't fucking understand that there's a much bigger move in the making here, they jump out. And we jump out of a good trade, okay? I'll tell you with a 99.9% probability that 100% of traders that just jumped out of the trade, they're not going to go back and trade the same ticker or the same thing. They're going to look for a different strategy. They're going to change their shit. They're going to change their mind 100 times. They're going to go jump into something else, and they're going to make another loss. So at that point, they'll have two losses in a row instead of one big win. So you cannot be overreacting to bounces in a market that is clearly, okay, is fucked. So you stay short, you hold those puts, you let the gains build in a major way. Don't be going after small returns right now. The returns are going to be phenomenal if you don't jump out of the good short positions. So as a matter of fact, you should be adding. You should be maxing your positions out because this drop will accelerate at any moment now. So the chart of TLT represents the bonds. So the bond prices, right, they drop. And if you go back to the channel, there was a moment in time in 2022 when bonds were at 92, 93. And I've posted a video saying, guys, this is the bottom in bonds. At that time, meaning that as everyone expected the bond market to crash here, I was the only one basically saying, hold on, bonds will go higher. This is the bottom. And literally the next day, the bonds start climbing, a low pause, and then they continuously go higher for like next 2 months. In this case, I'm not recording such a video, guys. There is a great difference in what I've caught as a bottom in bonds, okay? In October last year, the market was at 3,500, hitting 3,500, okay? And we nailed the bottom while everybody was still highly bearish. We went bullish. And in this moment in time, the picture is totally different, okay? The bond market is not going to stop its drop at this level of 85, 86. The only reason, again, we're even seeing a slight bounce this morning in stocks overall is because bonds rebounced just a tiny bit. It's not reflected on this chart. I think this data is through. No, this is 10:46 a.m. So yeah, it is reflected the current situation. So bonds bounced a little bit, and then they're going back down again. And the point is, there was a moment in time yesterday where we're like in an 84 handle. We hit that briefly and we bounced out. Based on the way this chart is developing, a lot of you are looking probably at the RSI and you're going to say, well, clearly the bonds are oversold. And so when you get in some low RSI readings, there's going to be some programs, some computer programs that are going to be trying to nail the bottom based at this RSI score. And they're not going to be able to do it in this case, but a lot of times you will see some short-term bounces. And since this has been the main domino that's been causing everything to drop off recently, you got to pay close attention to this thing. And it's clearly, yeah, you can have a slight bounce because again, a lot of people, the way they interpret this low RSI reading is it's oversold, so it means, hey, it's time to buy. So you could have some short-term bounces, but overall, I mean, bonds will drop. Bonds are on the verge of collapse. We see probably 70 handles in bonds like in the next few days, by like Monday, Tuesday, which also means like, if you care to buy calls on anything, you should be buying VIX calls, because if bonds accelerate, if the bond drop accelerates, we go to like 79, 78, I mean, the market's going to be on the verge of a fucking collapse. I mean, we're almost there. And when you compare these sell volumes to the sell volumes we had last time around, we were playing with levels slightly higher. The number one critical factor on this chart is the fact that at this point we are below the levels that I've called the bottom in bonds last year, and we broke that key major area. So at this point, this sideways pattern that would normally appear as a sideways pattern, maybe you'd come here, bounce again, and maybe you could go sideways again. Okay, it is no longer a sideways pattern. Now it becomes a multi-top formation. It becomes a multi-top formation after what? After a major downtrend. So the downtrend has not gone anywhere. We just went sideways, which is now a topping form out of which we're breaking way lower. And the significant aspect of this is we're breaking lower in bonds on a much stronger level. We're now doing double the volume below the level at which bonds were last year in October. So, guys, you could say, Leo, but clearly there's seasonality, right? Every time it seems like bonds hit a low in October. But this time, guys, we have not hit the bottom in bonds yet, okay? Maybe next week. So there's still some more pain, and as long as there's some more pain for bonds, the market will continue dropping. We're probably going to go another 3, 4, 5 days lower in the market, and it could resolve into that grand day that I have been predicting where the market could just fall the fuck out 20, 30% in one day. So wouldn't be nothing shocking. Based on this chart, it has a high probability of happening. Based on the 30 market move sequences, this move acceleration is real. It is supported by very strong volume, and we have not seen a strong volume on the sell side in a lot of key stocks yet, such as Nvidia, such as Tesla, such as AVGO, and that's about to take place. So the shit is about to hit the fan, guys, probably in the next few hours. So don't be overreacting to some short-term bounces. Don't be basing your trading decisions based off what the market does every 5-10 minutes. Look at the bigger picture, and then you go look and you isolate some smaller time frames to be able to target your entries and exits a little bit better depending on the trade that you're considering. So overall, the strategy is you're short the bounces right now. It's quite simple, okay? Until we hit a bottom here, you don't even want to dare touch any calls unless you're buying VIX calls, or the only other thing that we're bullish here at 30 market moves is natural gas calls. Damn right, I think natural gas can go. We just noticed the pattern of natural gas. It broke out of a key level above 280 and 286. and it's actually hitting above $3 today. There is a real case for natural gas to go way the fuck higher, like $4, $5 in the next few months. So we can see natural gas prices skyrocketing, while overall the rest of the market is collapsing. So one chart you should be paying very close attention to, which is the chart of TLT. Okay, this is not the bottom yet. We have not hit the bottom yet. And here's a little closer look. So this was a weekly chart, but let's take a closer look here. And basically, you see yesterday we hit that low of 84, and today we were bouncing slightly. So maybe people took it as like, well, hold on, it's a bottom, but it's not a fucking bottom, guys. There's more room to go here to the downside. Banks, like, every day you have like gap downs here. They happen on major volume. Okay, so you need to see a day where bonds are dropping, but volume, the sell volume is actually decreasing. We have not seen such a day yet. Okay, and maybe we can have somewhat of a pause day today, but like it's gonna be this trend lower, this drop off lower will be renewed at any moment. And that's when you're going to see the market fall out. Again, we're yet to see the move expansion. Average move on S&P lower or higher is about 60 points. We're yet to see that move expansion. Yesterday, we had like a 70, 80 point day. Nothing big. We are yet to see a 100-point move lower in S&P. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. Okay, but with that, understand that the bottom in bonds have not been set yet. Okay, we're probably 1 week away from it. And until then, okay, all you got to do is just buy puts. And I don't mean puts on TLT, guys. If you're trading TLT, okay, TLT puts are not going to make you nowhere as much money as some of the things that we're trading here at 30 market moves. So if you're curious what our top trading ideas for today, all you can do is schedule a 20-minute coaching call and sign up to trade with 30 market moves coach. You'll know exactly what the fuck we're trading every day. You'll know our entries, our exits. You'll have full guidance from someone that is consistently hitting 10x top trades. Okay, not every trade, guys, but you will have your chance at potentially 200x trade here, guys, in the next few days. So don't miss it. And in closing, I'll say how timing is important. And so yesterday, I've posted a video on oil. And I said, look, timing is everything, okay? Everybody's so fucking bullish on oil. And today, well, it's not reflected on this chart yet. It still shows the data for yesterday. But basically, today, oil is at like 85, 86 handle right now. And so yesterday, I was recording this when oil was at 89.90. And I said, look, guys, oil is about to head for a major drop. And I specifically said that 3-point drop in oil, okay, if you trade in options on oil futures, is phenomenal. So overnight, if you called us yesterday, you guys know what you've done. You've fucking taken 3, 4, 5K into 30K by now. Okay, and for those of you that were thinking about calling us yesterday and you're calling us today, well, guys, you just missed out on a $30,000 trade, which means today you would be rolling a $30,000 trade into another potential 10x trade. And that's what I said in the last few videos. Right now, you guys have phenomenal opportunities where the market is still, okay, it's still on the verge of a much bigger sell-off and options are still cheap, but they're gaining traction. Put options are becoming more expensive every day. The market doesn't stage a strong bounce, and I think the situation is about to get way worse. Way worse. And oil just began its drop. So again, your better trades are going to be when you short the top. And yesterday you had a chance to short the top. Today, if you're coming in today and shorting oil, guys, I mean you're paying 4, 5, 8 times more than what we're paying for the same options yesterday. So depending on clearly on your strikes and expirations. So timing matters. Right now, every day matters. Every hour matters. The difference between you picking up the phone and calling us now and calling us tomorrow could be 30,000, 50,000. Depending if you got a decent size account, maybe 100K, it could mean a difference to you of 500K. So stop wasting time. Call us now. Go to 13mmtv.com or 13marketmoves.com. If you want to learn charts and understand the market better instead of making emotional decisions, do it now. Learn to trade like a rock star with 30 market moves. Let's roll. See you guys in the next video soon. TLT, pay close attention to the chart. Let's go.
First, distract target. Then block his blind jab. Counter with cross to left cheek. Discombobulate. Dazed, he'll attempt wild haymaker. Employ elbow block. And body shot. Block ferrule left. Weaken right jaw. Now fracture. Break cracked ribs. Traumatize solar plexus. Dislocate jaw entirely.